That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, everybody, to a Notre Dame looked really good to start the year, and you love to see an edition of the Always Irish Show. First things first, if my voice cuts out or is scratchy or whatever, please forgive me. We're on about 8.5 to 9 hours of streaming over Navy Week. 2 shows Friday that went over 2 hours, and then 3.5 hours after the game. Excuse my voice. It's been a lot of talking for Johnny Boy here, but this is what we've waited for, and I love it. I don't care if my voice goes out. You need information, and you're going to get it. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps Johnny out as well. Notifications on that way you alerted every time a new episode drops. You don't want to miss it. Twitter, I'm not calling it X. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at Always Irish Inc. Emails alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it. Call-in line. Woo! Call-in lines were popping after the football game. It was glorious. Full phone banks for 3 hours. It was like 60-something calls. I love it. Nobody else in the country, not AM radio, nobody in the country offers a call-in line to give Notre Dame fans a voice anymore. That's going to be us. I want you guys to have a voice. You did a great job on the first one. The calls were fast and furious. Everybody had good points. Mostly everybody. Not everybody. Mostly everybody. And it was great. So that was fantastic. Call-in lines popping, baby. Fighting Irish Wire. Get all your Notre Dame Navy coverage every day. Go there. Facebook, Instagram. I'm there now. Always Irish Inc. is where you can find it. The links are underneath. Subscribe, follow, whatever they're called over there. Okay? All right. As I said, I'm going to hit it again. Post-game show was amazing. The highest stream numbers, like concurrent viewers we've ever had, way above 300. It was beautiful. The interest is there. The energy's there. The vibe's there. We're creating a great little family there. It's beautiful. I love it. Thank you, everybody. New callers, old callers, everybody. Thank you. Pat, my co-host, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. It was beautiful. So, Notre Dame beats Navy 42-3. And there's lots to like and a few things to clean up. But overall, really great start. Just really great start. I give it an A. That's an A performance. Not an A plus. It wasn't perfect. I'm not even going to say an A minus. That's an A performance. For a game one with all the newness of game one and the travel and Navy and this and that and 2 quarterbacks and the option and what are we going to do? That's an A effort. That's an A effort. Like before the game, if I was thinking, John, if this goes well, how do I think that would look? I think this exceeded that. Even on the high end of me being like, all right, if things look pretty good to where I'm like, okay with how we're doing, this exceeds that. I thought this was a really, really great start for a lot of different reasons. Now, here's one thing we're going to address right now. In the live chat after the game, there were some people going, oh, you all need to calm down. It's just Navy. And these aren't even fans of other teams. I think that's our people going, John and Pat and everybody else, you need to chill out. It's just Navy, blah, 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 blah. That's the point. It is just Navy. And what are you supposed to do against Navy? What we did against Navy. That is the point. We're celebrating Notre Dame doing what they should do. Unlike last year. Unlike when Kelly lost to him. Unlike when Weiss lost to him. That's why we're excited. I'm not acting like they just won the Super Bowl. But if anybody's going, it's just Navy, that's my point. I'm giving us credit for doing what you should do the right way against Navy. And we didn't do that last year. So it's noteworthy. I'm not acting like we just beat a 5-star roster. That's not what I'm saying. But you did what you should do when Notre Dame plays Navy, and that's to be credited. So, here's my Leprechaun Leaders of the Game. That's a new segment, the Leprechaun Leaders of the Game. Sam Hartman, 19 and 23, 250-something yards, 4 TDs, 98 QBR. Yeah, that's a real dude. That's a real dude. And he's our dude. And it's beautiful to see. Here's the next Leprechaun leader. Greathouse. Love the energy. Love the vibe. 2 touchdowns. First catch in college. Touchdown. What's not to like? Absolutely love it. And then the final one, the whole defense. I'm going to nitpick some stuff, but you give up 3 points against anybody, you had a great day. Good job. Good job. Beautiful job there. Let's get into some notes. Number 1. It's amazing what having a real world, real life quarterback does to your offense. It's amazing what dropping that one guy in there that could do everything you need him to do, how much that could change, not just the practical offense of the X's and O's and what it, all that, but the vibe of everything. It isn't just the passes completed with it. It's the vibe of everything. No panic, calm, poised, buys time. Like, he was just the operator of the offense. And there was no pressing, no rushing, no mad fire drill. No, we got to call timeout because we don't know what we're doing. There was no running around with our heads cut off. Who's going where? Who's doing what? Everything was just running smooth and calm. And Hartman's presence just, that permeates the whole offense. That's one of the first things I noticed is just with him back there, everything just flows and it's calm and it's not a cluster and it's not a rush and it's just not a panic. It was just great to see. But it's amazing. And I've been saying this and I'll say it again. I've been telling everybody, Notre Dame fans have been so poisoned by inappropriate, bad, average, mediocre, whatever quarterback play at Notre Dame so long, you barely know what great play is supposed to look like. That's how far away we are from Notre Dame having an actual quarterback they should have. And I am not including Ian Book in that. Like, as far as I'm including him in the not good enough. It's been forever. It's amazing. You have that one guy and he calms the whole thing down and everything feels better. It's just shame on Brian Kelly and Tommy Rees for never figuring this out. Those 2 quarterback geniuses couldn't figure it out. Shame on them for that. And they both get touted as quarterback guys and all that. No. If you were, we would have been getting this kind of play out of somebody else. But you're not, and you weren't. So that's number 1 is having a real dude back there makes life a lot easier for everybody. And it's beautiful, okay? Something connected to that. Did you guys see Gino Guidugli, the quarterback coach, down on the sidelines after every touchdown and every whatever, they zoomed in and he was down there working with the guys and blah, 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 this and that. I like that a lot. As opposed to before, when genius boy Tommy's sitting up in the stands, up in the press box or whatever, doing his plays and everything, and nobody's talking to the quarterbacks. I know you could call and yell at your guy. I like having a quarterback coach down there with the offense, with the quarterbacks face to face, working with them. I don't know why. I just like that hands-on, having a guy down there with those people. I just like that. And they showed it multiple times in the game, and I like that a lot. But welcome to the real world of quarterbacking, Notre Dame fans. I mean, this is what Notre Dame's quarterbacks should be like all the time. Shame on everybody that came before, not the players, the coaches that couldn't figure it out. This is what it should look like. Number 2, overall, I liked Parker's play calling most of the day. Good run pass mix, getting all the different backs involved. The deep passing needs to develop more. It's obvious that's not there. But overall, the run pass mix, that kind of stuff, I liked. There's only a couple plays I didn't like. Probably there was a throw out into the flat with no blocking, and I don't even think you need to do the Wildcat thing, but they did it. Those are minor complaints. I realize Navy's not the toughest defense to shred, but for Parker, really, really good start. Like, I thought it was a good start. Pretty good balance, run pass. I liked it. I liked that. Number 3 is, listen, the defense wasn't perfect. You could nitpick some things you didn't like, or a little bit of this or a little bit of that. But overall, I mean, you gave up 0 points by the half and 3 by the end of the game. Man, there's just not, you can't be that mad at anything you saw when ultimately it resulted in 3 points the whole night. Good job. Number 4, lots of young guys played and contributed in this ball game often. Great outs and Price, first touches were touchdowns. That's beautiful. Again, Brian Kelly had you convinced these guys take 2 to 3 years to develop. And he looked at you like you were insane if you were wondering why the younger guys couldn't get in the mix sooner, more regularly, and more of them. He looked at you like you're crazy for that. And it just takes a couple years. Yeah. You know what I'm learning? It took 2 to 3 years for the guys to see the field that Kelly was recruiting. These guys got guys out there making winning plays that are freshmen, or a Price coming off an injury, may as well be a freshman, and they're contributing. So seeing those younger guys and the depth and the rotations we had at different areas, the skills getting better, the depth's getting better, the speed's getting better, the athleticism getting better. You're starting to see that blue chip ratio, and it's beautiful. You're starting to see that, and it's a great thing. Lots of young guys contributed, and they didn't look out of place. They looked comfortable, and they looked ready to go, damn it, and I love it. I love it. Number 5, the offensive line held up better than last year, better than I thought they would. Good in the run game, kept Hartman fairly clean. I think you got to credit Rudolph. The guard calls for now looked good. The guard calls for now look good. And it was a big question we had. Is Navy going to confuse those guards and do all this and that? Nope. Those guys held it on pretty good. They held in there pretty good. Right under 200 yards rushing, I believe. Pretty good day. So got to give credit to the O-line and Rudolph for making the decisions he did. So far, so good. 6, operationally. This is a big deal to me. All leading up into this week, I was saying one of the things I'm most interested to see about this game is it's going to tell me the level Notre Dame's starting out at. It's going to let me know where we're at. Either a cluster, you lose to Navy and it's just a burn it all down, or a cluster, but you win, but everything was disjointed and sloppy and this and that and all that. 2, okay, pretty good win, whatever. This is on the good extreme of whatever your barometer is of like level this is starting out at. It's got to be on the high positive end. Not a cluster. You weren't burning all your timeouts. You looked put together. Everybody seemed to know where they were going. The coaches weren't all confused. Like, operationally, week one and all that, and I was impressed. It looked like they had it under control. And it looks like the coaches had a plan and it worked and everybody did their job. I thought it was a good job. I wanted to know our starting out level, and it's higher than I thought it'd be. And I am so happy to report that. Let's flip it over to some things to clean up. There's not a lot of complaints when you win 40-something to 3, but there's a few things I want to see. Number one is Estime's a beast. Can't fumble. And if you notice, he was out of the game after he fumbled for a while. You cannot put the ball on the ground. I don't care what a beast you are, how strong you are, whatever. One-handed catch he did. You can't fumble. He was out of the game for a while after that, and I like that kind of accountability. And it also helps that you got 4 guys behind him you like too. That helps. So that's number one. You can't put the ball on the ground. Number 2, I think I still have some defensive front questions after this. I know you gave up 3 points and all that. I just feel inside that I still have some defensive front questions. And I'm not sure how much of it is just week one stuff. I'm not sure how much of it is week one and it's Navy stuff. And I'm not sure what of it is just like us. So I'm monitoring that. I just have there's just a couple. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm not sold on that yet. And so it wasn't bad by any means. Like, everything's fine. I still need to see a little more is what I'm saying from that group in the defensive front, that defensive line primarily. Number 3, the wide receivers still need work. A lot of them are new. Tyree's in a new position. A lot of the guys are younger. Merriweather and Colsey are still trying to develop. I think Jaden Thomas is going to be old reliable for Artman this year, and I like that. The wide receiver thing is still a big work in progress, and you could tell. It is not totally in sync, totally in rhythm, and like you trust everything there. But this was a good starting point today, and next week's opponent allows you another opportunity to work on things to get better in that regard. So that is all still a work in progress, but I think that's fine. And I think that should be expected, to be expected with the guys we have there. And they're either lack of experience or they played but lack of reliability with like Merriweather, Colsey. But so that's something that needs to develop. And you need to take the next 3 weeks to get it as good as you could get it, rhythm-wise, timing-wise, reliability-wise, before Ohio State. So work on it and wins, and that's the best you could do. I love it. And the last thing is that field goal wasn't even close. That field goal was not even close. I said on the live stream, it reminded me of Pat teeing off on number 1, hung over on an early Sunday morning, straight to the right. And it's like, John, relax. We beat the hell out of him. It was 40-something to 3. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's not a big deal now. You're going to need those 3 points to beat Ohio State and USC and Clemson. So week 1, nervous for your first kick at Notre Dame, whatever it is. It didn't matter today, but it's going to sometime. So to shank that one and have it nowhere even close, that ain't what I was looking for. So on my radar, because you all know I have a 0 tolerance policy for bad special teams. 0, none. There's no excuse to do bad stuff on special teams. 0 tolerance, none. Clean that up. Overall, terrific first effort by Notre Dame. Terrific first effort from Notre Dame. Tennessee State gives you a chance to really improve on it. And here's what I like. The vibes are up. Notre Dame people are feeling really good right now. The vibes are up. Those younger guys are feeling good about themselves. Freeman's got to feel relieved in a way. Hartman's got to feel like, okay, I got one under my belt, not at Wake, but at Notre Dame. Now those people see I wasn't just decent there, I'm decent here. He's got to feel good. Those younger guys that made plays are building confidence. The good news is next week should give you another opportunity to continue that. And you keep building that momentum and that confidence. And what it does is it builds you a bridge and a ramp to be peaking when Ohio State comes to town. If this goes the way it should, this keeps building, keeps getting better, and the offense keeps getting more rhythm and more rhythm this week, that week. The younger guys get a couple games under their belt. They're not new out there, all of that. If you navigate this right as Notre Dame, it builds you this momentum and confidence bridge right to Ohio State. You got to take care of business now all the way through. But if you do it right, starting with today, you could be peaking for Ohio State in terms of confidence and all of that, and momentum and gelling and all that. So really, really darn good job. Also, Notre Dame stayed pretty healthy. That's always a concern with Navy. But Notre Dame stayed pretty healthy, and that's a great sign too. I just think it was a great day for Notre Dame football. Think of the vibes after week one this year to last year. It's just night and day. You're starting off the win, man. And here, my biggest takeaway from all this is that quarterback just changes everything. It changes everything. It's like, it almost feels like you're not watching Notre Dame anymore because you're so used to our offense being so painful to watch, so miserable to watch as they try and just fight for a couple first downs. And it's like pulling teeth to move the ball sometimes. And it looks clunky and chunky and nothing flows and it's choppy. And we've been living in that mess so long. The game felt easy today. Like, wow, look at this offense. Like, oh, they're all coming up. We'll just throw it. Oh, they're back. Well, then we'll run it and it'll work either time. And it's just smooth. That's my number one takeaway. This almost doesn't feel like Notre Dame because the offense feels more like a real one. And I hate having to say that, but it has been our reality, people. I've said this nonstop, and it came true today. I have been saying, half joking, half serious, we are so used to bad quarterback play or average or mediocre or not elite quarterback play for so long. It gets in your mind and you almost are so far removed from it, you wouldn't even know what it looked like. You got it. You got it today. And it looks different and it feels different and it is different. And it makes all the difference. It makes all the damn difference. The sky is the limit with this quarterback if the rest of the team develops as they should. It's a different ball game with Notre Dame in the marquee three with that guy as the quarterback. And I already thought that. And now after seeing one piece of evidence, I think it even more. And I'm happy for Marcus Freeman. You know, there's a lot of questions in the preseason about him, his coaching chops. Does he have control of everything? What's it going to look like year two and all that? Great start for him. It looks like they knew what they were damn doing and everybody did their job. Really good job. This was an A effort by everybody, the players, the coaches, and you know what? The fans too. We were into this and now we're getting excited. So this is going to be good, you guys. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching, subscribing, the post-game show, chatting, calling, donations in the super chat. There is no Always Irish without you. This ain't about me. I am just a vehicle to get all this out and make it happen. It's about you guys. This show, none of this stuff happens without you. And the numbers are growing and we're picking up steam and there's a lot of interest and it makes me feel good. I want to give you guys that outlet after every game. Every game. That's my mission, to give you that outlet. So, great start by Notre Dame, and I hope it continues, and we see it even go up a notch against Tennessee State. So, hope everybody enjoyed the game. Notre Dame football's back, undefeated. You got a quarterback. The vibes are good. What's not to like? Have a good one.